Today, we were going to start The Man Who Knew Infinity book audio summary. So, I'll start. The Man Who Knew Infinity is a 1991 biography of mathematician Srinivasa Ramanuja written by Robert Kanigel. The book offers a detailed, even exhaustive account of Ramanujan's upbringing in India, his contribution to the field of mathematics, and his collaboration with the British G.H. Hardy at Cambridge University during the early 20th century. Kanigel is a biographer and science writer. His essays have appeared in Psychology Today, the New York Times Magazine, Johns Hopkins magazines, and more. His books include Apprentice to Genius, The Making of a Scientific Dynasty, and The One Best Way, Frederick Winston Taylor, and The Enigma of Efficiency. Kanigel carefully charts Ramanujan's brief life. He was born in 1887 under the British occupation of India. His father worked as a clerk in a sari shop. His mother was a housewife who also sang occasionally at a local temple. His mother had several children after him, but only Ramanujan survived childhood. He developed a close relationship with his mother, who taught him Brahmin culture and excelled at school. When introduced to formal mathematics, he took to the discipline immediately. By age 13, he had mastered trigonometry and was developing theorems of his own. He regularly finished his exam in half of the time and assigned the school in the logistic of assigning students to classroom. Ramanujan soon began to innovate after learning how to solve cubic equation. He developed his own method for solving quadratic ones. He later attempted to solve quintic equation, not realizing there was no algebraic solution to them. When a friend gave him a copy of G.S. Carey's A Synopsis of Elementary Results in Pure and Applied Mathematics, a collection of 5,000 theorems, Ramanujan studied the contents and used them towards further demonstration of this mathematical genius. He independently discovered the Byronolian numbers, a sequence of rational numbers, and correctly calculated 15 decimal of the Euler-Maclaurin constant. When Ramanujan graduated, he received a prize for mathematics and a college scholarship. However, he proved unable to focus on any subject other than mathematics, and his grades suffered. So he lost the scholarship, he failed to earn his degree, and left college to research math on his own. Living in poverty, finally, after a lucky meeting with the founder of the Indian Mathematical Society, Ramanujan showed the man his mathematical notebooks and gained recognition for his brilliance. He was granted a research position in Madras and began to publish his work. Later, Ramanujan made an effort to contact British mathematicians with his calculation. Some simply rejected him, saying his work was riddled with holes and that he lacked the formal training he needed to be taken seriously. Others returned his work seemingly unread. At last, Ramanujan wrote to G.H. Hardy. At first, Hardy wondered if the calculation Ramanujan had sent were really his, but he was soon amazed by some of the Ramanujan's formula, some of which were new to him. He wrote that he had never seen anything like them, and that they must be true because they could never have been imagined out of nothing. Hardy realized that Ramanujan was a mathematician of the highest caliber. He asked Ramanujan to come to Cambridge and prove his theorems. At first, Ramanujan refused to come. He had no interest in leaving his native India. But after his mother had a dream in which the family goddess commanded her to stop standing in the way of her son's purpose, the family changed their minds, and Ramanujan set sail for England, leaving his young wife behind. When he arrived, Hardy looked through Ramanujan's notebook and discovered his genius. Though some theorems were wrong and others had been previously thought of, many were breakthroughs, the disguised, well educated, hardy, and the poor, obscure Ramanujan began to work together. Their culture frequently clashed. Hardy was an atheist who insisted upon mathematical proofs for all theorems, while Ramanujan was devout and preferred to rely on intuition and insights for his mathematical breakthroughs rather than writing out of the proof. Hari tried to mentor Ramanujan and instill the need for proofs without hindering his brilliance. It wasn't an easy partnership. Ramanujan's work on compositive numbers earned him a Bachelor of Science by Research, a degree that would now be the equivalent of PhD in 1970. He was elected to the London Mathematical Society and the following year became the second Indian man elected to the Royal Fellow Society. Unfortunately, around this time Ramanujan's health took a turn for the worse. His strict vegetarian diet, coupled with warm-time rationing, resulted in a severe vitamin deficiency. He also came down with what might have been tuberculosis. He improved a little and returned to India, where he found his family in disarray. His wife and his mother were fighting constantly. The stress took a toll on Ramanujan's health and he died at the age of just 32. Hardy outlived his protege by many years but claimed that helping Ramanujan with his discoveries was the best work he did in his life. The Man Who Knew Infinity was well received, though a New York Times review notes the Kanigel's approach gets bogged down in the minute of Ramanujan's life. The book won an ASJ Outstanding Book Award and in 2015 was adapted into a feature film starring Dev Patel and Jeremy Irons. And most of you had already seen that movie, hope so. So if you had not seen, then you can see the movie so you can understand it more clearly. This book has outstanding rating from the peoples, and if you like this book and this summary, so please like, share with your friends and subscribe to my channel. I know there are some clashes of voices and some other problems are also there, so I am improving, so please support us. I will improve a lot when you all support us. Thank you for being with us.